I figured out how to study so efficiently that it almost feels like cheating. You know that feeling when you spend days studying, sacrificing your free time, skipping the things you actually enjoy, only to end up with the same grade as that friend who crammed the night before? Yeah, it's frustrating. You put in all the effort, yet your grades remain average, while your friends are out there having fun. To make matters worse, studying often feels exhausting and boring, which only makes you want to procrastinate more. But here's the truth, the problem isn't you. It's the outdated, inefficient study methods you've been using. In this guide, I'll show you how to spend just 20% of your current study time and still score top grades. I'll share simple techniques that almost no one knows about, yet even an average student can apply easily. The best part, you won't have to sacrifice your weekends every time a test is coming up, so let's dive right in. 8. Ditch the sweets. Do you find yourself binging on sweets before tests due to stress and anxiety? Bad idea. The truth is, sugar will only make things worse. Studies from UCLA prove that too much sugar slows your brain down, making it harder to learn and retain information. Additionally, research from the Journal of Physiology shows that sugar can mess up your focus and reasoning skills. If you want to study faster and perform better on exams, ditch the sweets. Instead, opt for brain-boosting snacks like nuts, fish, or berries. These foods enhance memory, improve focus, and keep you sharp, without leaving you in a post-sugar crash fog. 7. Change your mindset. If you sit down to study already thinking it's going to be endless and boring, guess what? It will be. But if you shift your mindset and decide it's going to be quick and manageable, your focus will improve, and time will fly. Your brain responds to the cues you give it. A Harvard study even showed that employees who believed physical work was good for their health experienced real benefits like lower blood pressure and weight loss. If this works for physical health, why wouldn't it work for studying? The bottom line is that your beliefs have more power than you think. If you start studying convinced it's going to be torture, that's exactly what it will feel like. Instead of saying, "This is going to take forever," try, "I'll knock this out in no time." Rather than thinking, "I'll never understand this," shift to, "This is easy, I'll get it done in half an hour." Adjusting your mindset isn't just motivational fluff, it's a proven strategy to study faster and with less stress. 6. Use a timer. Just like managing your mindset can transform your study sessions, using a timer is the perfect tool to combat procrastination. If you think you have all day to finish a task, you'll probably take all day. This phenomenon is known as Parkinson's Law. Work expands to fill the time you allot for it. But when you set a 30-minute timer, everything changes. Your brain recognizes the countdown and switches into focus mode, forcing you to work efficiently and get tasks done faster. Studies show that using a timer helps us naturally complete tasks in less time. The key is to set a time limit that challenges you without causing panic. Don't think, "I can't study all this in 1 hour," but also don't make it too relaxed or you'll slip back into procrastination. Instead of saying, "I'll study all day," try, "I'll cover this chapter in 1 hour." You'll be surprised at how much more productive you become. 5. Prioritize important content. When time is tight, stop wasting it on things that don't matter. If you only had 2 hours to study, would you spend it reviewing what you already know or diving into irrelevant details? Of course not. This is where the 80-20 rule comes in. 20% of the material will likely account for 80% of your exam questions. So instead of drowning in unnecessary information, focus on what really matters. Stop rereading the entire textbook. It's not efficient. Go straight to summaries, key topics your professor emphasizes, and past exams. Practice exercises on the most tested areas and ask yourself, if I could only review one thing, what would be the most useful? Prioritizing important content not only saves time, but also helps you avoid that overwhelming feeling of studying everything, yet learning nothing. After all, what's the point of knowing 100% of the material if only 20% will be on the exam? 4th, study the answers. First, if you want to stop wasting time and start studying smarter, begin with the answers. Instead of aimlessly reading through entire chapters, jump straight to the questions and answers at the end. That's where the important information is. Doing question and answer exercises helps solidify your learning faster without getting bogged down by unnecessary details. Plus, exams often follow predictable patterns. By focusing on the right questions, you'll know exactly what to expect. Understanding how answers are structured and graded is the real secret to academic success. It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing how to present your knowledge in a way that matches the examiner's expectations. 3. Focus on your weaknesses. Stop wasting precious study time revising material you already know well. While it might feel satisfying to breeze through familiar topics, it won't do much to improve your exam performance. Instead, channel your efforts into the areas you struggle with, the ones you tend to avoid because they require more mental energy. It's easy to fall into the trap of revisiting mastered subjects because it gives you that reassuring "I'm doing great" feeling. However, this won't help when facing tough questions during the exam. To see real progress, face your academic challenges head on. Concentrate on the parts you haven't mastered yet. That's where meaningful improvement happens. Additionally, try using horizontal learning to enhance your understanding. This method involves connecting different areas of knowledge to grasp the bigger picture. For example, if you're studying the immune system, broaden your scope by reviewing related topics like inflammatory responses, cellular defense mechanisms, and autoimmune diseases. By making these connections, your learning becomes more comprehensive, efficient, and effective, leaving you far better prepared for the exam. 2. Use AI tools. Harnessing the power of AI tools like ChatGPT is a game changer for studying smarter and cutting out wasted time. With the right prompts, AI can help you quickly review complex content, clarify confusing concepts, simulate realistic test questions, create concise summaries, and personalize study plans. Instead of getting lost in endless notes and textbooks, AI keeps you organized and focused on what truly matters. Think of it as having your own personal study assistant, saving you hours of tedious reading and making your sessions far more efficient. 1. Review and correct your mistakes. One of the most effective ways to improve your grades is by reviewing and correcting your mistakes. Gather all your previous errors in a dedicated notebook or an app like Notion, and make it your go-to resource before exams. Organizing your mistakes this way makes it easier to spot patterns and ensures you don't repeat the same errors. Let's be real, it's much better to review your mistakes in advance than to make them again during the actual test. Going over what you got wrong helps lock in the correct information and solidifies your understanding. This approach not only reinforces learning, but also boosts your confidence, knowing you've tackled your weak spots head on. If you found these tips helpful, share them with friends who might need a study boost too. And if you have any secret techniques for acing exams without breaking a sweat, drop a comment. I'd love to hear them. Remember, studying smarter isn't about working harder, it's about using the right strategies. Apply these tips, and you'll not only save time, but also achieve better results without the stress. Hope to see you in the next video. If you don't show up, well, you're missing out big time.